Rainy day today, busy day today, exciting day today. I got a lot of things to talk about. Anyone else's car still rock the regular door locks, not automatic, and crank windows? Do you have that? Do you have those excellent features in your car? Manual transmission and the whole deal. I don't talk about the greatness of my truck often enough. Kicking off the day, helping somebody move here real quick. Got two Roberts helping me again. It's always Roberts. Roberts are the most helpful people. I'm not actually gonna do anything. I'm just gonna let them finish it up. Well, we sure did that really fast. I got about 20 minutes extra here, so let's go and let's get a little Hope Center update. So the first two Hope Center videos have been up for a few days now, and I've been really happy with the response so far. I have almost, I think, 1,000 views between the two of them, and overwhelmingly positive feedback. Side note, I love this house that does the luminaries on Woodward Avenue. They look so cool lit up, especially during this time of year. Every night when I drive down the street, I'm like, those are awesome. But despite all the positive comments, we did have one negative one, and it's not super negative, but a misconception. And so I think we better address that right away. All right, so this is from Ron on YouTube. He says, so knowing the local community's position on an in-house rehab at that site, the first thing you want to do is open an in-house rehab at that site. Unbelievable. And so there's a definite misconception here. Ron is thinking that our intention is to open an in-house rehab here at the church, and that is just simply not true. What Ron's referring to is originally when the Church of God was selling this building, they were going to sell it to the Drug and Alcohol Commission, and it was not even going to be an in-house rehab at that point, but a lot of people had that misconception all the way back in January. I made a video with Mike Krafik from the Drug and Alcohol Commission at that point, and we kind of cleared that up about what this was going to be. It was going to be just a community space, and ultimately it got rejected anyway because of rezoning issues, and then they backed out of that deal. And then lo and behold, we were asked to make an offer on the building, and so we ended up with it. And so I'm very well aware of the borough's and the community's stance about a rehab facility here, even though that's never what it was going to be. And that is not the intention. So I just wanted to clear the air on that. Now there is a parsonage house here attached to the church, so you could do something small here. But for Hope Center, we got to go much bigger than that. What's really cool is I went on vacation about a month ago. It's part of the reason that you didn't see me for a while. And I actually got to visit two of the model Hope Centers in Tennessee. These are near White House, Tennessee, and so I can actually show you right now what a Hope Center will hopefully look like and the type of facility that we'll be looking for as we get closer to the day of it actually opening. Tina's window. Tina, is this a winner?
Yes, it is a winner.
We'll see. I think she might have gone a little overboard again. It's Christmas everywhere. Got my childhood train from when I was little. You got Santa going up and down the ladder. Got chestnuts roasting on the open fire. Tina goes big because she doesn't know any other way. That's just all she does. So I'm hoping to show you the entire Tennessee vacation videos at some point in time, if I ever get the motivation to edit them. But I'll show you just this one day. So the day started with our first trip to Waffle House. Never been to a Waffle House before. It was amazing. Kids loved it. I loved it. Everyone wins. Then right after that, we went out and took a drive through around Nashville, Tennessee, north of Nashville, and we came to a little town called Springfield. And then you can see by the video here, we're out in the middle of nowhere. It's a very rural area, and we came up to this house, this amazing, amazing house that they recently purchased and remodeled specifically for Hope Center. Now, what was really cool about this house is they had actually taken some of the outbuildings and repurposed them. So one of the outbuildings they remade into a really beautiful little chapel area. So they basically built their own church there so they could have indoor Bible studies, they could do church services throughout the week if they wanted to, and just have a place for the guys to hang out. This was a men's center for this Hope Center. They even had one of the buildings that was stable. They kept it as that, and they had a couple rescue horses there too, kind of like therapy animals, which I thought was a really neat touch. Then we go into the house, and they call their main living areas the barracks. And so when you first come into the Hope Center, when you're in that 45-day intensive period of treatment, you stay in the barracks. And so it's they run it truly like an army barracks, and it's really neat and it's clean. And he told me even specifically when we first walked in, we didn't just clean this up for you. This is how it is all the time, because that's how they want them to live. They want them to have order in their lives. They want them to be in a clean and safe environment, and so that's how that works. Then there's other sleeping areas throughout the house, and they gradually kind of get more freedom. If you notice, some of them, they might have their own lockers, or they might have a TV, those kinds of things where they are kind of gaining those freedoms. The beds don't look quite so much like an army barracks. All these houses are in a country setting too, so they're really beautiful areas no matter where they go, which I think for me, I don't know about you, but for me it's therapeutic to be out in the country. So especially if you're in an addiction recovery facility, they said they don't want it to feel like a prison. They want it to feel like somewhere where they want to live, and so they look for a place that has those nice touches. Then every house also has a nice eating quarters. You can see they have 3 picnic tables there, so seating for about 25 people, and they have 25 to 30 per house. So they really do a good job with that. And then they try to have a nice large kitchen in there as well. In addition to that, they put in commercial bathrooms, commercial septic systems, all that kind of stuff, as you can imagine. They have counseling materials there for all the residents. They do all their counseling right in the house, right on site, which is a great touch as well. And so that was the first one in Springfield, Tennessee. Then right after that, we went to a second one. It was about 40 minutes away in Whitehall, Tennessee. And I was blown away by the Springfield house, but we went to Whitehall, and it might be even better. So Whitehall was even more out in the middle of nowhere. You pull up to this house. They had, I believe it was 3 acres that they had there. And the house is just absolutely amazing. They had built a basketball court there for the guys to have some recreation, with some outdoor picnic tables as well. And the whole piece of land was right on a creek. And so the creek was pretty low when we were there. It's been a pretty dry year there, as it has been here. But it was still very beautiful. The kids got to feed the fish and play by the water, and then we went and toured the house. It was pretty similar. They had it set up where they had the barracks area. That was, once again, very neat and tidy. They had actually, a lot of the guys were there as well when we were there doing Bible study and doing work in the house and cleaning up the kitchen and all those kinds of things. So it was neat to see it, to see this one in action. Once again, they had some of the other rooms where they had more privileges, and this one they even had a house leader room. So they had one bed in that room where one of the leaders who's been there for the longest. So it might be someone that's been in the program for 10 months of the 12 months. They might spend their last couple months as the leader of the house, and they get their own room and the most privileges. And they're set as an example for some of the other guys as they're going through their recovery process. Again, a very nice dining room area where they would eat together every single day. And they also were doing their Bible studies and going through Celebrate Recovery curriculum, all in that same place. So as you can see, Hope Center, it's meant to serve a small town, but it's not meant to be in a small town. They look for rural areas, and specifically they look for houses with some kind of wow factor. Like I said earlier, they want this to be a place where people want to live, not where they feel like they're in a prison or a place that they have to live. And they certainly don't want it to look like the same situation that they came out of. It's an incredibly well-run program. They're having incredible success. and I cannot wait to see it happen here in Armstrong County. The other thing I wanted to mention today is the cost. It's $260,000 to open a Hope Center. We already have matching through our denomination for half of that cost, so our actual cost here locally will be $129,500. I started fundraising a few weeks ago, kind of behind the scenes. Actually, while we were on vacation, I got my first donation, which was pretty cool. And as of right now, we have $41,800 that's already been pledged towards that $129,000. So let me do some quick math here. 129.5 minus 41.8 is $87,700 is what we still need. So we're almost a third of the way there, which is pretty exciting considering we're so early in the game. And so if you want to be a part of making that happen from a financial perspective, or you know someone who might be, if you wouldn't mind sharing this video with them, that would be really wonderful. And hopefully we can bring Hope Center to Kittanning in maybe even in 2021. We'll see. My goal is that by the end of spring, so by April 1st, 2021, we would have enough of the fundraising completed that we could begin looking for houses over the course of the summer. They could begin looking to hire somebody that would be the director of the site, along with the other 2 employees that are needed, and then we would be maybe ready to open by fall or winter of 2021. That's a pretty aggressive goal, but it is achievable if we all pull together with our financial resources, with sharing these videos with other people in the community. I know that we can bring Hope Center here sooner than later. And you guys know just as well as I do how desperately we need something like this in Armstrong County, and what a great addition it would make to the recovery process of the people that are caught in the cycle of addiction. We need to help them. We need to do our part, and I really believe that this program is going to be the best tool in our toolbox to make that happen. That's it for today, guys. Like I said, just wanted to clear up that misconception. I actually appreciate the comment. I don't take even negative comments. I like all of them. And so if you guys have any comments or questions or ideas of how we might be able to make this happen quicker, go ahead and put them down below in the comment section. I look at every single one of them. I try to respond to as many as possible, and especially if it's a question or a comment or a complaint about this program, I'd like to clear up any misconceptions and answer as many questions as I can. It's good, it's healthy to have dialogue, and we need more of it. If you haven't done it yet, please subscribe to this channel. There's a lot more videos like this one coming. There's a lot more transformation that still needs to happen in Kittanning. But in the meantime, thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of this movement to make Kittanning the greatest city in the world.